Hey there folks, Brandon Schaefer here. Another drawing lesson video. Hope that you will find this one helpful. It's going to be about 1 point perspective, and I used to have a lot of fun with this when I was younger, drawing little houses and such. This can be really fun just to play around with. So you're going to need some kind of straight edge for this one. So I'm just going to use my pencil thing here because I can't find my ruler. So let's just start out. I'm just going to draw a straight line, which is going to be the horizon line. Oops. So basically the horizon line. Okay, I'm going to sketch it roughly because it didn't really show up. So horizon line is just the line you see, like if you're at the beach and you're looking out on the ocean or the sea. That's the horizon line, where the ground, where the earth meets the sky. Now, with perspective, there's always a vanishing point, and we'll get into what that is in a minute. But just have some fun with it, and this is 1 point perspective, so there's going to be one vanishing point. So pick a dot, draw a dot anywhere on this line. I'm just going to draw a dot over here. So this is our vanishing point. So everything's going to go vanish to that point. So let's start off with, let's just draw a house. So I'm just going to make, and actually I'm not even going to draw a house, I'm going to draw a simplified shape of a house, which is a square or a rectangle. So this is the front face of the house. Now, I know this is going to be very simple, and a lot of you can probably draw better than this, but have some fun with this, play around with it, and experiment and see what you can come up with. Also, your kids will have a lot of fun with this if you can teach them this. It's really cool and really valuable. So this is the front of the house. Let's draw a door. Let's make it realistic. Somewhat realistic. Alright, so we got a nice little house there. You can even draw a roof if you want. Let's leave the roof off for now. So you're going to take a straight edge, a ruler, whatever, and go from each corner. So this corner, you can't really draw it because this is, I'll show you. So this corner goes up to this vanishing point. You draw a straight line. So do that with all your corners as best as you can. Make sure you use your ruler, etc. I'm just going to do it real quickly here. So now, there's some perspective. Makes it look a little bit realistic. Now what you do is you draw lines, however long you want your house to be, you draw it parallel to the sides, so straight up and down. So we'll draw a line straight up and down here, and then we'll draw a line, straight across to match the top line. So now, there's your house in perspective if you get rid of these lines. This is why sketching is important, and to draw your lines very, very lightly. So there's your house. Now you can do the same thing with the roof. And actually, if you want to find if you're doing a triangular roof and you want to find the absolute center of this, where do you make the triangle? You just draw a light X, and then wherever it crosses, you draw it straight up. Now that's where the points are going to meet. So there you go. And then you draw from this point, you draw straight back to your vanishing point. And then parallel to this line here, so you take this line and then just slide it down. See what I'm saying? Slide it down, keep it at that same angle here, and you just draw it up. And there's your roof in perspective. So you can have a lot of fun with this when you make it look realistic. I mean, you can draw the door, if you keep it straight across. It can look really realistic when you have a ruler and everything. I'm just showing you the actual, how you can do this. So then everything behind that, it's all in perspective here. So you could draw another house here and just, there's the side of the house, etc. and there's your neighbors going off into the distance. Things get smaller and smaller. So that's very basic. And then over here you can draw a tree or something. Have the tree be up here. So there's the leaves, and then the trunk comes down. This is very, very quick, very basic. I'm just showing you, you can spend all the time you want on doing this and get really detailed and add in the shadowing and values. I'm just trying to show you the perspective here. That's the important thing of this lesson. But start everything that I'm teaching you from now on, incorporate it into your work. So the top of it goes back to this, and the bottom of it goes here. So now you have, if you're making another tree in the distance, it's only going to be this tall. Things get smaller and smaller as it goes farther back. You see that? Is that making sense to you guys? So it's starting to look realistic. You can even draw a mailbox out here if you want. Just remember to use the same shapes, etc. So there's the simple mailbox shape, and then you just draw your lines back to it. Cylinder. There's a little mailbox. There you go. Mailbox in perspective. Really quick, simple stuff. And then you can always add shadows and make it look realistic, and rocks and all kinds of stuff. This is something to have fun with. You can even do it with clouds. I'll show you real quick here. Usually the higher you go up, the closer things are to you. So if I draw a cloud up here, it's going to be really big. And then the vanishing, to make clouds look like they're far in the distance, if there's clouds back here, if it's the same size as this one, it's going to be within that bracket of the vanishing point. So there's a smaller cloud, but it's way off in the distance. And it's also, when things go farther into the distance, they get closer to the horizon line. So this is smaller and it's closer to the horizon line than this is. Same with the house and same with the tree and the mailbox. If there's a mailbox next to this house back here, this mailbox would be really small compared to this one. That's what creates the illusion of depth and the illusion of, distance, etc. So the sky's the limit with this one point perspective. Can be really fun. Have some fun with it, and just create a whole little scene here, and have some fun. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to cover 2 and 3 point perspective next, or eventually in this series, and show you the different worlds and things you can create. So, hope you liked this video, and give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourself. Peace.